Thuto Sekate is a young fashion designer. I'm also a founder of Botswana and owner of Seatbelts and Openspaces, which is an ethical fashion brand. I'm very outspoken. I'm a pretty crazy go-getter, you could say. And I was an intern for British Council for almost a year, and a British Council global change maker. Yeah. I always knew I wanted to do fashion, but I always wanted whatever it is I touched to do with things that were close to my heart. I did fashion first of all because I always went to shops and I couldn't find what I wanted because I was a tomboy, but I wanted to be a fashion conscious tomboy. And the limitations were I used to wear boys' clothes and I tried to make them cool. My brother also helped me with that. So I started Seatbelts and Openspaces because I wanted to make clothes that resonated with me and also represented a whole genre of people that I felt weren't catered to. I run it on my own. It's a one-woman show, and the plan is hopefully to engage a few people that I'll empower with skills, and then from there on, the hope is that they will start producing things. When you talk about ideas, I'm pretty random. I could see an umbrella and think, wow, if I could make a skirt that looks like that, you know. So basically I think you could say I take my inspiration from the environment mostly, and I take my inspiration from vintage looks that I've seen, and it's just everything that I see. Like I'll see somebody wearing something really cool and think, what if we changed that and made it something else? Seatbelts and Openspaces, the reason I started is because I have a recycling background. I have an environmental background from my parents, you know, and I have a very ethical mom, you know. So things like that, where you want to wake up in the morning and feel like, you know what, if I wanted to go pick up my kids at 5 a.m. and I don't have any kids, like at 5 p.m. at school, I'd like to be able to do it at some point. You know, I want apart from financial freedom, I want to make an environmental impact. And apart from an environmental impact, I'd like to make societal impact, because the plan is to empower women, and for a majority of women and a few men here and there. Everybody thinks I'm so sexist, too feminist, but the plan is basically to get people who are skilled, because unfortunately fashion design is not one of those fashion design is one of those things that I think people don't take seriously. I think in Bots especially, a lot of creatives are taken for granted because people don't see the potential of our industry. So I knew that I wanted to make the kind of difference that I wanted to live in. Like I wanted to be the type of person, I don't want to be sitting here saying, our government isn't doing this, or it's not doing, or they doing that, or whatever, you know. I wanted to be the person that said, I will make the differences wherever they need to be made, and I'll employ other people, and I'll help however I can in society. And hey, the benefits was that hopefully I'll actually get paid for it one day. Women as themselves need to stop believing their own hype. I think that is the biggest problem. I get it a lot with my friends. I get it a lot with people that my family as well, where we're very apologetic as women. I think our presence, just the fact that we're female is a problem. You know, I'm pretty sure the way I'm sitting is a problem right now to a lot of African men. Like, oh my god, she's not sitting appropriately because I should cover up. I should probably have my legs put together and sitting in a corner somewhere. You know, that's what society wants of us. And unfortunately, I'm not sorry I'm sitting this way, to be honest. I'm not even going to explain myself as to why I sit the way I sit, or the fact that I wear pants. You know, I just don't see how it affects my being a woman, you know. And I'm a feminist, and I've been accused of being anti-men. I think that's one other problem that women need to understand, that you can be pro-woman and not be anti-men, you know. But also, men need to stop being intimidated by women's success, and men need to kind of be motivated by it. But apart from that, women, I think, need to start validating and realizing that we're going to raise a nation if at all we decide to believe in our own hype. I think that's the biggest gap. Once we fill that in, where as women we appreciate every gift that we have and appreciate the fact that we're actually as important as men, because I think that's the biggest problem. I don't think men make us feel any way. We make ourselves feel some way, you know, because I think we respect men's opinions to a point where we compromise on what makes us happy. And honestly, if you knew as a man, oh wow, I can manipulate this woman because she's clearly not confident, you could use it to your advantage, you know. And a lot of women feel the need to apologize. I know Chimamanda Adichie said something like that. I forgot the quote, but I'm pretty sure. But she talked about something about how as women we're raised to cater to the fragile egos of men. So I think we need to cut down on the pressures that we put on women and the unfairness in terms of what I'm going to wear to work, what I'm going to wear to school. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that there's a lot of things about being a woman that like are very embarrassed, shy and ashamed, you know, and yeah.